Alright, today we're going to talk about division of complex numbers. Division of complex numbers. Alright, let's say that you have just a number over I. You've got an I in the denominator. What do you remember about what is I? Actually, what does it equal? Square root of -1. So basically, we're looking at 3 over the square root of -1. Are radicals allowed in the denominator? No, they're not. That's illegal. Can't have that. Radicals are not allowed in the denominator. So when we have something like 3 over I, we have this imaginary number in the denominator, we have to get rid of it. It's really easy to do. I can multiply by 1, but I change how 1 looks. If I do that, that's 1, right? Anything over itself is 1. I end up with 3i over I squared. And what does I squared equal? -1. So I have 3i over -1 or -3i. Now I don't have that I in the denominator anymore because it's not allowed. It's illegal. It's against the law of mathematics. Alright? If I have 2 over 5i, again, the I is not allowed. So multiply times I over I. You can leave it like that, or you can write negative. Okay, doesn't matter. So that's pretty easy, right? Now, if you have something like this, actually, okay, this one's going to be just a smidge different because is multiplying by I over I going to get rid of it? No, it's just going to stick one on that 3 right there, right? It'll get rid of this one, but then I'll have one there. So it doesn't really help me any. Does anybody remember when we have a radical in the denominator, what we multiply by? Right. It's the same with a different sign in the middle. Yeah. It's this, but it's going to be a minus sign. Those are called conjugates. A plus bi, a minus bi. Those are conjugates, okay? So we have 3 plus I. We're going to multiply times 3 minus I over 3 minus I. I would do all of the top and do all the bottom. So on top it's just going to be 6 minus 2i. On bottom it's going to be 9 minus 3i plus 3i minus I squared. Well, what happens right here? Cancel. Right. And this becomes a positive 1. Why does it become a positive 1? Because I thought I squared. Exactly. Minus a -1. 10. So I get 6 minus 2I over 10, or 3 minus I over 5. Alright, let's talk about those conjugates for just a minute. I'll wait to get this written. The product of conjugates, complex conjugates, is always a real number. That's why we use them, because it gets rid of those i's in the middle, and that one is squared. What's great about it is it's always the same number, okay? Like a plus bi, and that don't mean the same number, like it's always 5, or it's always 13, it's always 7, but it's, just watch. These are conjugates, right? It's going to be a squared minus abi plus abi minus bi squared. What happens with these two? So I have a squared. What happens with this minus bi squared? Turn into a plus b squared. When you multiply conjugates, the answer is always the first one squared plus whatever is in front of the second one squared. Always. Let's look at this right here. 3 squared is 9. And 1 squared? 1. Hey, look. 9 plus 1 is 10. So, if you remember this, when you're multiplying the bottom part, you can just use your a squared plus b squared, and you don't have to do all the middle stuff. So you'll still have to multiply the top, but you're going to save yourself a truckload of time on the bottom part. Okay? So let's try it. And we'll use our new trick. You there? Here you go. Alright, so let's say we've got 16 minus 11i. 5 plus 2i. Okay, what do I need to multiply by? 5 minus 2i. Alright, let's do all of the top. What's 16 times 5? 80. 16 times a negative 2i. Negative 32i. Negative 11 times 5. And negative 11i times negative 2i. Okay, so 80 minus 87i minus 22, or 58 minus 87i. 80 minus 22. 80 minus 20 is 60. Take away another 2, you get 58, right? Yeah. Okay, so now let's shortcut this one. What's 5 squared? What's 2 squared? What's 25 plus 4? There you go. That's not too bad, is it? No? Hey, what's 29 times 2? What's 29 times 3 then? That's going to be 87. Hey, this one will reduce. It's going to be 2, that's going to be 3, and that's going away. Gotcha. Alright, I'm going to give you one to try by your stuff. Are you ready? Alright, this one's yours. 3 plus 2i, 5 minus I. Okay, what am I going to multiply by? Okay. Alright, so that's going to be what on top? Alright, great. Which then turns into 15. 13 plus 39. Alright. Yeah, this is 25. And that's 1.
Would it be a minus?
No.
Well, no, it's minus. It's always plus.
Always a squared plus b squared. Alright, now what happens here?
It's
Reduces. Yeah, 1 plus 5. Right. Always plus. Two plus 5i, 3 plus 4i. What am I multiplying by? Alright, so I'm going to get plus 50? What? Oh, okay. Scared me. Alright, and that's going to be 6 plus 7i plus 20. 26 plus 7i. Alright. 9. 16. 25.